I don't understand why is my StreamYard white and why is Sousa black squaring? My whole dashboard used to be black. El negro. Now it's el blanco. La blanco. El blanco. El blanco. El negro. Yeah, why the hell is what the hell happened here? We used to be gangster. We used to be silver and black. Dave Castro weekend review. All right, Sousa, fuck it. I'm taking the whole space. I got it. Slater. Good afternoon, Sevon. Thank you. Good afternoon to you. Mr. Coach Jim. Are you going to keep Hiller and John Young in the CF Network team photo? No. Yeah. No, I don't know. I haven't given it zero.
There it goes.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's the internet here, dude. It's so shitty. I have to like get a new router.
Did you just work out?
Yeah, can you tell?
Yeah, just barely, but me too. Me too.
I look gross.
What did you do? Tell me your workout.
I did it was an 18-minute AMRAP.
Mm-hmm.
I did 80 calories on the rower.
Okay.
18 deadlifts at 225.
Okay.
80 double unders.
Okay.
18 toes to bar.
Wow. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You're getting ready for the Open.
I suppose so.
You're just touching on a little bit of everything. A little bit of little longer. Checking the deads, high rep deadlifts. Make sure you touch the rower, double unders.
Yep.
Toes to bar. Yeah, that's them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you've biased your training. No, I ain't hating. Probably not a bad idea.
No, it was good. It was good. It was better than my original format, which was 20-minute AMRAP, 100 calories on the rower, 20 deads, 100 double unders, 20 toe to bar.
Oh, that's what. Say that again. That's what it was going to be, and then you dialed it back. That's what
it originally was. Yeah, then I dialed it back, and then of course I had to change the 20-minute AMRAP to 18, so the numbers read 18, 80, 18, 80, 18.
You ain't no chump. You know the eloquence.
Yeah, it's got you. Weirds me out if the numbers are just random.
All right. Dave Castro weekend review. Big show tonight, CrossFit Games leaderboard show. Looks like JR Howell pulled out and Seth Page is in.
Nice.
And we'll have Sean Mack, myself.
Seth's going to be a great addition tonight. Excited for that.
Taylor, yeah, me too. Last minute, JR's out and Seth's in.
Yeah.
I was really trying to make it just the Geek Squad, just Sean, JR, and Seth.
It would be 80% you talking, 10% silence, 10% them answering.
No, Seth would step up.
Seth would.
Yeah, Seth would step up. But they'd be like, was that 19.2? Well, technically 19.2A. And I'd just be like, yeah. Oh, do you know why the interface turned white?
Yeah, I was just messing with it. I turned it. If you refresh it right now, it'll go back to dark mode. I didn't realize it changed for everybody. I thought it just changed on my side, and then when you said that, I was like, oh, it does change. So it's back to black now.
Oh, it's bright when it's white.
It's bright. Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that and then just dim my light.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was messing with it at first. It was like when I was scheduling up the shows last night, I was screwing with it.
I haven't talked to you yet about it. But you saw the numbers come in this morning on the homeschool channel?
Dude. I went back there, so I always go back and add I was adding the end cards, so like the subscribe button at the end, and like it pops up for the next video for them. And I was like, I'm not A/B testing any of these thumbnails, or like why? Why? So on one of them, I played with it because if I see a show that or an episode that didn't rank as well, like in the terms of the numbers, then I'll, in retrospect, I tweaked it a little bit for an A/B thumbnail test and title test.
I added to the description a little bit. Feel free to change it. I just put in just some other words because they said that first 150 words are in the search, but I was tripping. In the last 2 days, they've given more impressions for that channel in the last 2 episodes than they did in the first 30 episodes or 40 episodes. And I'm like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm. Well, the click-through rate. Your click-through rate's so high. It's like 100,000 something impressions with like an 11% click-through rate, 12% click-through rate. That's huge.
I hope Bobby never figures out what all that means.
What you got me for?
Good. I feel like 55 would have looked better than 66 from 26.1. Because you're a man of God, Slater. Barbell spin video from 17 minutes ago is wild. Is it? Why are you two always late?
I was making a thumbnail.
I don't really have an excuse.
Trying to get my breathing back in order.
Because we haven't gotten any good feedback on it, and like because we've monopolized the space, and because we just think we can do whatever we want. I mean, dude, I do my shows in my underwear, dude. I mean, they're clean long johns. This is the third pair of long johns I've worn today, but I just wear like, hey, there's 3 like gnarly looking tree trimmer dudes, you know, Latin tree trimmer dudes that the city sent to deal with these trees outside my house, or 4 just burly Latin dudes, and they're like 50 to 70, you know, and they in the Davies truck, and they're cutting the trees around the line. And I walk out there looking like fucking Peter Pan with 3 somas from Paper Street Coffee Can. I'm like, here, gentlemen. They're like, gracias, senor. I'm like, oh God. These guys must think I'm just a total ankle grabber.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm really hard for making the thumbnail. Cross that.
We're just comfortable. We're just comfortable. We just gotten soft and comfortable, Hobart. That's it. Soft and comfortable.
Good time.
I have a fish tank and a dachshund now. I mean, you know. All right. Dave Castro weekend review. Please tell me it's short. Damn.
What is it? I can't see. It's underneath.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Closer to 19 than 18.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. Action.
Monday, February 23rd, 2026, weekend review. Last week we had a safety board.
Will someone tell him his camera's out of focus for crying out loud? Just tell him. Just someone, dude, your camera's out of focus. It's been out of focus. You had one good week. You busted your nut on yourself and your shit's still out of focus.
Meeting that went well with
what meeting?
The members of the safety board. And we also had a couple weeks ago a CAC CrossFit Athlete Council meeting. And currently the meeting.
Wait, is this the right video?
What?
Is this the right
wrong
video?
Wrong video.
Hey, look, there's us. There's us.
Oh, I just clicked the one on top. Oh, Andrew made our thumbnail?
Of course, dude. We gotta get those clicks, dog. You gotta ride that gravy train. Response to the response to the response.
Is this it? This one has the door open.
That's it. Yep.
And this one's exactly 3 seconds shorter than the one we just had.
Oh, look at it. Look at him, dude. Top team in this face. One job. Dipshit. Look at this. Rookies. Damn, dude. Dork.
Hey, that's just name calling. That's not quality feedback. Hey, dude, how many of these I've done? I don't think I've ever done that.
No, never.
It's Hobart. Hobart got me all soft and squishy inside, and I was slipping.
Hey, and Taylor validated you on one of his responses when he was like all sitting back like this and didn't share the screen. Getting himself all worked up, and we couldn't even see it. He was like, he would pause it and be like, right there. And it's like, it never showed up.
Regarding what? I missed that. Regarding what?
He was doing a response to one of Hiller's responses, and he kept forgetting to share the screen.
Oh, yes.
And so then he's all set back, like watching it, like you can't hear anything. And then you could hear Lizzie like in the background open the door, like, he's like, oh, like plays it. Like,
I that's good. You're right. When he did that, when he wasn't playing the video and talking about it, I really like that. You 100% have done that. Oh, thank you. At least 3 times. Oh, son of a... Oh, thank you. Hey, and imagine those are the only 3 times you watched the show, Keeping It Real. It's like when you get a speeding ticket, you tell the cop, "I'd never speed."
Never. This is the first time I've done this.
Fish tank and dachshund equal ankle grabber.
Oh boy.
Hey, I've been really tempted to put the man bun back, but I'm not. Hey, so just so you guys know, people be like, someone doesn't give a fuck what people think. Let me tell you something. I'm not putting my hair up because of you guys. So I don't want to take
because of ridicule.
Yeah, I can't handle it. I ain't doing it. At night when I'm watching TV, I put it up. All right. Okay. Here we go.
Monday, March 2nd, 2026.
Is that today?
Week in review.
Yep.
So last week, open kickoff, we had the announcement at Moffett Field. I think that went really well, minus some of the glitches in the beginning of the stream that we had due to working on a Air Force base or a government base. There was a little deconfliction in the bandwidth required and some of the streaming pieces. So it got back online.
Moffett Field Federal Airfield, also known as Moffett Field, is a joint civil military airport located in unincorporated part of Santa Clara County, California. That's just south of San Francisco. November 10, 2014, NASA announced it would be leasing 1,000 acres of the airfield property to Google for 60 years. Wow, I didn't know that. The airport is near the south end of San Francisco Bay, northwest of San Jose, formerly a Navy facility. What else do you want to know?
Perfect internet. No.
Until July 28, 2010, the U.S. Air Force's 21st Special Operations Squadron was also a tenant command at Moffett Field. Hangars 1, 2, and 3 and the adjacent Shenandoah Plaza are collectively designated as a National Historic District. The hangar is one of the world's largest freestanding structures, covering 8 acres. The hangar was constructed in 1931. Wow. Bet you didn't know that. Hangar 2 is one of the world's largest freestanding wood structures and was a hangar. Was Hangar 3 before it was demolished in 2024. Wow, that's sad. Wouldn't you have loved to have been there with like a can of like lighter fluid and a match? Largest wooden structure.
Just put it up in flames.
I wonder. In 1930, San Francisco paid $480,000 for 1,000 acres there. God,
wow,
that land's worth probably $1 billion now.
Yep.
Anyway, check out the wiki page if you want to see how cool it is. Oh, I've seen this hangar when I drive by. I've seen this hangar. You've seen it too. I'll pull it up. You've seen it too. For sure you've seen this thing. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that thing from the freeway.
Definite aliens in there.
All right, that's Moffett. Hangar, I hardly know her.
Did you see the text we got?
Oh, wow. Someone just texted me, the largest wooden structure in the world is my cock when I watch your show. That's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Wow. God, pool boy, it's so obvious that it's you. Even though I won't tell anyone it was you who said that. All right. What were we doing? Oh, weekend review.
Distracted.
Yeah, sorry.
Worked out. The actual announcement I thought was, I thought that went fine. I played around with it a little, decided to get a little more interactive than I typically do. Typically, I just tell everybody or tell the world what the workout's going to be. On this one, I wanted to bring in the athletes for some discussion.
He's off center a little bit. I don't really mind it because he's got the flag over there. I don't really mind the off centered.
Yeah, he's more in focus.
Yeah, more in focus, and I don't mind like the safe and the door kind of give me some symmetry.
It does.
He's centered with the back wall, not with the shot.
Mm-hmm.
Not discussion, but pull him in a little. And I even interacted with the crowd during the announcement. So,
God, you could have a 30-minute conversation. If Jay Vera was there, you could have a 30-minute conversation. He'd be like, "Hey, it's not centered," and then you'd be like, "But it's centered between the wall and the door," and then that would fucking throw him for a loop. He'd be like, you'd see his, you know what I mean? You see his aesthetic processor turn on. He'd be crunching it, and then he'd give you the final whatever he thinks, and you'd just do it. He'd be like,
"Yeah,
oh.
yeah."
But he'd have to, that might stop him in his tracks for a second. He'd be like,
you'd have to think about it.
Yeah. He'd be like, "Can we put the dog over there then? Can we set the dog on the carpet? You know what I mean? Jay, put the dog on the carpet.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We just got to move that bag and chair then.
Or let's change the lighting over there. That couch is lit up too much.
Enjoyed that piece.
What if he should have someone sitting on that couch for a show sometime?
And just make no acknowledgement of it?
Yeah, just
a random?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
The week leading up, the time I spent with the athletes here at the ranch, Austin Hatfield specifically, and then dinner the night before the announcement and at the rehearsals. It was really good seeing all of those guys and hanging out with them. So it was a cool crew. Those four are really good ambassadors, really good athletes. So I enjoyed all the time I spent with them through the announcement. And then actually Colton, it's kind of cool that he won and still, as of this morning, has the fastest time for the men on the leaderboard, because it kind of flips on its head the notion of the big guy being this being a big guy workout. I think for the average person, sure, but for the elites, it's cool that he was able to do that and excel and put up such a great score. Clearly fit, clearly on pace to potentially win this Open too. He won the Open last year. That's why he was invited. So I did not expect him to win that, but it is cool that he won it. And
that's interesting, right? I didn't expect him to win that.
No, not compared to Dallin. Like, not when you match him up against Dallin and James. And I think that's probably why they brought in Hatfield, right? 2 tall guys, 2 short guys.
Oh, Dallin and Hopper. Yeah. Interesting.
With the base, great doing, great working with the Airmen, Air National Guard, 129th. Really appreciated all of that, and really happy with the show and happy with the announcement. Happy with the actual workout. Happy with the engagement, and people seem to like it. I did 2 hints last week, and one of the hints, the buffalo, zoomed in on the buffalo, where I kind of pan out. I actually mentioned on this last week, I was worried about posting the hint because I think it was too obvious. What I thought was going to happen is I was going to post that hint. Someone might put it in AI, see what it is, and then pull out and see the entirety of the statue, which had the guy basically doing what looked like a wall ball or getting ready to receive the wall ball. I eventually ended up posting that on my Instagram on Saturday as kind of a explanation of the hint. And then the second one, I did.
First hint ever that was actually a hint.
Mm-hmm. But you had to like find it. And it was funny is people did put it into AI based off like what it means, tracking against like the workouts that were released in the Open.
Yeah.
But clearly nobody decided to say like, well, what, because his clues to me have always been so relevant about irrelevant about what it is. Right.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, okay, it doesn't matter. But nobody was like, what is this statue, to like zoom it out, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. When he showed it, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
2 hints. And then I had the AI hint. Decided to do an AI hint because of where we are with that technology and all the cool things around it. Decided to embrace that and ask someone from our team.
Did you see, is there a way to blur out, is it easy to blur out my naked kid? I got to put my score in with a video.
Yeah, I think if you put it up as like private, and then I could go in there and use the editing tool.
Okay, it's in there. Will you look? He's in there just for like 30 seconds. He runs in, he's in the back, and he takes a piss.
Okay.
Against
I wonder
the
if I
fence.
could get it to move. Okay, I'll try.
You could just put a stripe across the whole, like make it easy for yourself.
Okay, I'll
you
do
know what
that.
I mean? Like that whole section where he's going, even if it blurs me out for a second. I'm putting my scoring to 0 anyway.
Okay.
From our graphics design team to make to have AI make basically a pyramid stacking up and then blowing down. And that one's pretty clear on what that meant and represented.
Oh, their team made that. They put that into AI. It's pretty clear what that meant. The pyramid. What, just the ascending and descending reps?
Yeah, which and it was like the whole workout is built like a pyramid, right? Like visually you could see that. So that was cool. And I think that one was obvious because everybody I think guessed that.
Okay. I was focused on the blowing up stuff. I didn't.
Yeah. Well, that also was obvious. Like you get to the top of it and that's where everybody implodes.
So you should do at least 1 rep. I already did the workout and I did something wrong right off the bat. I don't remember what, or maybe I do. What did you start with? Do you start with the wall balls or
with the wall ball? Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. I started with the wall balls. My first one was like to 6.5 foot target. Coffee pods and wads, Pedro White. That clue was just a broken clock. He couldn't believe his luck when he realized it happened to make sense, so he posted the whole video. Yeah, I agree. He was so proud of himself.
So I was typically I don't do in the last several years I've only done 1 clue per, but in the early days of starting clues I would do 2 or 3 clues a week, and then I went to 1. This week I went to 2. I'll probably keep it back down to 1 for the next 2 weeks.
Thanks, Dave.
And he got lucky. He wasn't like, oh, there's this statue, I'm going to take it. Like, I know where it's at, and went and took a picture of it. He got lucky. He was just walking by that and saw it.
Where is that?
Somewhere where his daughter was running. I don't know where,
okay.
but he was at a track meet just like that week. Do you know what I mean? For his daughter.
Wow.
Yeah, that's lucky. He just got lucky.
Yeah, that's some universe shit, huh?
Portugal tomorrow. So Tuesday, I'll jump on an airplane, fly out there for the announcement, and then fly back on Friday. Let's jump into comments. At
14 of question and answer. Here we go. Wow.
That's the chiropractor. Thanks, Dave. 26.1 was great. Another good start for the taller athletes, but even better was today's main site throwback of you and Boz doing thrusters, weighted pull-ups, and burpees back in 08. Awesome to see you all tackling heavy-ish thrusters, heavy-ish pull-ups, and a different burpee standard where you're all basically jumping as high as possible. I need to go check that out. I didn't see that. I didn't know that they posted that video. That sounds pretty cool. Glad you like 26.1. Another great start for taller athletes, he said. At Keeping It Real CrossFit, Dave, does the fact that so many people will be doing the third workout at WAZA as well as top athletes have to play any factor in the way you programmed and or ordered the open workouts? Do I need to pack my gymnastics grips or jump ropes for Florida? All very good questions. At also Keeping It Real CrossFit, Dave, did the fact that so many people will be doing that? Okay, I cut and paste that twice. He didn't have a second comment. At Fire Dog.
I honestly don't think they think about the athletes and the workouts.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I just think that they're like, hey, so I think that they just think about the athletes. I think they're just like, okay, what would look really good? Like, they're not like, hey, this workout and these athletes match up good or match up bad. I think they're just like, hey, it would be really cool to have Jason. I wouldn't be surprised if they had the athletes even before the workouts. I just think, hey, it would be really cool to have Jason, Dallin, Colton, and Austin. We want to do 4. Do you know what I mean? And then they're like, hey, in Europe, let's just pick the 3 best people, ladies. Let's do ladies. They probably think of that. Like, we already did boys. Let's do ladies. And who are the top chicks in Europe? Like, I don't think that they match. I could be wrong, but I'm 51.5% sure I'm not.
How it works. By the way, Dave, do you come out as you don't care about what the other think, but why are you so trying always to? By the way, Dave, you come out was you. I'm going to read it exactly how it's written. By the way, Dave, you come out was you don't care what the other think, but why are you so trying to always please everyone with the open? We don't care about high rock stuff. We want CrossFit. Make the open great again. So basically, I'm not trying to please everyone in the open. That's an impossible task.
Was there a presupposition in there that like this was like a nod to high rocks?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you ding dongs. The High Rocks wall balls are a nod to CrossFit. High Rocks is a complete nod to CrossFit. CrossFit's not a nod to High Rock. Yeah. Were you born 3 years ago?
I mean, I think it was good that it enticed them. Like, I saw some people show up. It was like High Rocks athlete performs 26.1 or whatever.
Yeah, that's like, cool. But to think cool. that when CrossFitters are now doing wall balls, it's some sort of nod to High Rocks is fucktarded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime we run 800 meters now, it's a nod to High Rocks.
He hit his desk and his camera moved. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Now we got the light in the picture and like it shifted. That's funny.
I'm trying to make workouts that are that a large amount of people, especially this first one, can do and really enjoy, and still at the same time, the elite have a challenge and can express their abilities at the high end. And I think we accomplished that with this one. Again, you don't make everyone happy. This notion of we don't care about high rock stuff, we want CrossFit. The CrossFit aspect of it is the intensity and the 12 minutes and wall balls. I'm sorry, but wall balls were something that Greg introduced to CrossFit well before high rocks. And so Jared Graybill actually said to me, he's like, oh, high rocks athletes are going to jump into this and they'll crush it. And I'm like, no, they won't. And he's like, yeah, they will. And I'd love to see any of these high rocks athletes jump into it and crush this. This is very different than a high rock. You know, they do sets of 50. This has, if you finish, a couple hundred combined with the other pieces and actually the the 12-minute intensity is also very different than how they train. So not a high rocks thing, very much a CrossFit thing. And I don't try to please everybody, but I do try to make workouts, especially this first one, that a lot of people in an affiliate can do.
It looked like it. Really? Was that easy for your affiliate to do this?
Oh, yeah, it was perfect, dude. 12 minutes with just the wall ball in the box. Like, yeah, perfect.
Easy day. Okay.
Not a ton of tape out on the floor, not these 20-minute, plus long heats. It was great. It was a nice start.
What about people being able to remember when to jump and when to step and when to carry the ball?
That's
and when
all.
not to
That's
carry
all.
the
We
ball?
got we got judges for that, and you got your scorecard. So it's all written right there in front of you, and your judge will remind you.
All right. I need a judge.
Don't try to make it to where anyone can do it, because that would be something different. Meaning, and over the years, we've had these discussions and this kind of argument that the Open should be for everyone. Anyone can do it, even with minimal to no experience. You have to be exposed. You have to do CrossFit. You have to understand basic human movement and have training in these movements to do the Open. Especially, as we start adding other movements and stuff that's more complex. This one, arguably, pretty much you could take someone from the street and they could do it, but still, if they can't squat, or a lot of people can't even jump on a box. So there is some amount of CrossFit and physical ability you need to even do this. At Lori Ochan 1355,
Well, I wonder what the scale is for adaptive athletes. The box over.
It's a good question. Depends on your adaptation, I suppose. You're talking about
like how does
athlete.
Ogar do the Open? How did he do it?
Doesn't he like wheel up and over something? I think it is.
Up and over something?
Yeah, like a couple of plates on the ground. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off.
People, we want to know why 66. So mysterious. I'm competing for the cover of Miss Health and Fitness. I want a CrossFitter to win and show the world why we win every day. I need votes. Can you help me, please? CrossFit for the win. I don't know what you're talking about with votes, but so the 66. I'll explain that because a lot of people asked about that. So, and I think Chase might have on the show. When I wrote this out, I left the 18s out because those don't matter for what I'm going to talk about. 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, and then 60. So the reason the jump was from 40 to 60 was I wanted a really big, a much bigger jump, and something that was like, oh, fuck. These were manageable. 20 and 30 was manageable. 40 was hard. But now you're asking me not to go to 50, but you're asking me to go something high. That's where I kind of ended up at 60, even thought about 70, but I like where it ended up. And then as written, as I looked at this, there's 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and 1 6. So I didn't want the 6 to be lonely, and I like the nature of that. I can get more reps out of that, and that's how I ended up making this 66. So therefore, you have 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 6s. Every number has their partner. I didn't want the 6 to be lonely.
Something. The audio just changed. Very nice, Dave. Very nice. Art.
Pool Boy. Look, it's Pool Boy. Hey, Dave. As always, it was great seeing you at the live announcement show. Great seeing you too, Pool Boy. Hands down, the coolest venue for an Open announcement yet. However, as a friend and Mexican-Chinese brother, I have to express my concerns for your fasting habits. You're getting skinny, dude. And you and I both know Abuela would cry for you to eat and put some more meat on your bones. Love you, dude. I am getting skinny. I need to put more meat on my bones, specifically muscle, because I don't have a lot of muscle. At Darling Zach. Hi, Dave. I'm curious about a couple things regarding 26.1. When testing, was 50 wall balls at the top of the pyramid not enough? I found 66 just enough to be debilitating and really slow me down. Yes, exactly. That's what I was going for. Was the decision to have step overs safety related? I could not imagine the amount of bloody shins after the first set of 40 wall balls if there was 18 box jumps to follow. Thanks for the weekend review. No. I wanted to kind of, as I explained in there, I wanted to mix it up and have another little moment within that workout where there was.
I haven't seen too many. I've only seen one fail video from the Open.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take that into consideration. A lot of gyms too, I don't, but a lot of gyms too have like the soft boxes,
Yeah.
And
the fail I saw was on a softbox, like a dude's foot folded over to the side.
Mm-hmm. There's people that like fell off of it,
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Something to aspire to or get to, and that was the step overs, and that was something different instead of just doing box jumps throughout. I wasn't worried about having people box jump after 40 and 66. I was more just interested in doing it a little differently and having that moment of that goal within the workout. So within this workout, you had many micro goals, or you had a macro goal and you had many micro goals. The macro goal for the best was to finish the whole thing, and then for average people, getting to the 40 and then being able to do the step overs with the ball was one. Being able to work at 66 was another. Crossing the 66 threshold, so people were able to put their goals appropriately at different points based on their abilities, and I think that was a neat, cool aspect of it. At Jonathan Whalen, Dave, I believe the reduced weights of the Open workouts for the Masters 55-59 have been spot on, 25-2 and 22-3 3 is what he's talking about. Having spot on to test my age group's abilities, and I understand some in my division can't do muscle ups or bar muscle ups. However, watering down of pull-ups to be jumping pull-ups should be reconsidered. A better alternative to jumping pull-ups would be just to have us do the pull-up component twice. Can we raise the bar for Friday Night Lights, please? Thank you for your consideration, all that you and your team does. Best regards, J-Dub. Thanks for the note. JL Craggle, I watched.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I'm not 55 yet, but I can't imagine my pull-ups are kind of still my bread and butter. What do you think about that? I didn't know that 55-year-olds and up don't do pull-ups. They do jumping pull-ups.
Jumping pull-ups. Yeah. I think if you're talking about just the general masses of them at that stage, it makes sense. Participate, like just to get as many people to participate in it as possible.
Maybe
it's kind of a low bar.
Do you think it's significantly different for the men and the women? Do men have a significant better opportunity, or there's a larger cohort of men who can do pull-ups after 55 than women?
I would say so, probably.
Like probably more men can do pull-ups than women anyway, but I'm guessing at a certain age it really gets out of whack.
Yeah.
Colton Powers, Sousa beat me at 26.1, 222 reps. He had the tiebreak, redoing tonight.
Nice. I was disappointed in my score for that. I went way too conservatively.
If they fall off once you laugh, you've done all you can do for them. Yeah, I agree. You mean off the box? Yeah.
I do really like the fact that Dave talked about the micro goals within the workout, and those goals being for different levels of fitness, because I think that's really cool. To have landmarks and workouts like that make it easy to communicate. Like, hey, what's your goal? Oh, I'm just trying to get to that first set of step overs. Oh, I'm just trying to get through the 66. Oh, I want to see if I can complete the second set of step overs. Like stuff like that's really cool because it just makes more talking points to the workout and kind of some more landmarks and goals for people to go to. And the portion that he talked about having like the 6 not wanting to be lonely up there is interesting, especially because I was just talking about my workout with like the numbers, like the 18, the 80, the 18, the 80, the 18. So like when you program for a long period of time, the numbers and like having that stuff makes sense. Sometimes it might only make sense to you, like in what Dave was doing. I would have thought he would have said, hey, I'm just barely pushing out above Karen. Like a lot of people have done 150 wall balls, is 156. So it's just a hair more with the box jumps, which is also still true, but obviously it wasn't what he was thinking there. So I just want to note that, like when people say, you know, he's washed or he doesn't put that much into it, or like, what is he thinking? Like in this stage of the season with the Open, I do believe he's thinking about the total CrossFit community, and those type of things show that. And then the number details and stuff just kind of go to the thought process of it, because in order to really visually see it, he's had to written it out a bunch of times. He's had to look at it from different angles to then decide to make it like 66. So I just think it's cool, like that he's that into it, you know, and he's also telling us about it as well.
Even how he wrote it on the legal pad as a pyramid. You know, that was something that Greg just back in the day, 2005, 6, 7, 8. That was Greg said, hey, it has to look good too on paper.
Yeah.
He would just be pounding that into us.
Yeah, it does. Because I mean, the visual representation on, you know, the workout of the day on the main site is there. And so if it just looks weird or off or something, like workouts like that are just kind of like, but when you see it with the correct number scheme and stuff that makes sense, it just looks better.
Behind the scenes of 26.1 while you were testing the workout and wondered why you decided on 66 for the number of wall balls at the top of the mountain. Was there particular significance to that number, or is it just way more than 50 would be the next logical step? I talked about that. Coffee, pods, and wads. Are you excited about Xenom? Did you review the programming? I am excited about the Xenom event. I think it's a really cool community event for CrossFitters, an in-person mass participation style event. And I think it's going to be something that people can train for and do while doing CrossFit and being CrossFitters that is still well within the CrossFit world. Did I review the programming? No, we didn't review the programming. We started talking to them recently, so it was kind of late in the game. And they told us early on that pretty much the programming was set. And there's not much say at this point that we could have in the programming. So at that point, I didn't even really care about looking at the programming. And to this day, I don't know their programming. I know they've announced some of it, but I didn't look at it. And I'll tell you what, especially with the way I work and the way I am with programming, I'm really happy. We don't know the program, or I don't know the programming, or I don't have anything to do with programming. I'm happy that there's an arm's length in regards to the programming, because it's on them. It's we didn't program it. We have a working relationship with them that I'm excited about in terms of a relationship of licensing the name to use. And I think it's what I'm really excited about it is the model, that the forcing function of having this relationship with them, that we have a model for a lot of these other events that we can use with other events, because this isn't an exclusive deal with them. So we're able to basically take the way we're working with them and layer that on other events. And that part to me is probably the most exciting piece of this.
Very interesting. Go ahead. Do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, I wonder if that's queuing up to do something with High Rocks.
Oh, that's interesting. I was thinking, I got fixated on the part that they didn't ask Dave about the programming. That would have been a really smart way to get cover. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
have his hand in it, so therefore he'll kind of defend it and he'll promote it more, is what you're saying?
Yes, and so NorCal Classic last year, some people were frustrated, and CrossFit could be like, yeah, we didn't review the programming this year, we will review it. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I interpret what Dave said. I'm glad they didn't tell me the programming, so when there's a shitstorm about it, which of course there will be, there'll be some criticism coming from somewhere, maybe even this channel, that you have cover. If you're like, no, CrossFit approved this, they liked it. Actually, we asked Dave. Dave wrote 3 of the workout. You know what I mean? Boz wrote 3 of the workouts. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It just seems like a smart political move to bring these guys in. The closer you bring them, the less chance shit falls on you.
Yeah, but I also like the fact that Dave's not involved in it in that regard.
Yeah, he likes it too. Why do you like it?
I like his focus on the games, especially like in the 20th year. Like, we've heard rumors of him, transitioning essentially out of that role of programmer or out of the GM role, maybe moving towards training, maybe moving towards affiliates, and I think
moving towards CEO.
Maybe moving towards CEO. I think it would be a mistake for him to start to program another event, because then there would be more chatter around him going like, oh, is it, he's like one of those.
But you could have just said the CrossFit team. You could have had Boz look at it, or Todd, or Chuck, or you know what I mean?
Totally. But then, like you said, then all of a sudden there's like this responsibility component of it.
Yeah. And I'm just talking from the Xenom perspective. I'm not talking from CrossFit's.
No, but I like him. I like it being separate. I do like the separate. The licensing of the name is smart. The being in partnership with is smart. But like, in terms of the logistics of the event, the programming that's going on, I think the separation there is good. And it would seem weird, like some people that just kind of like don't know when to hang it up, so to speak. Like, a lot of people would speculate around Dave, like, oh, is he just going to transition to this and be a part of this now? Also, too, like, you have to agree that there'd be a certain cohort of individuals that'd be like, oh, Dave's programming it, so I'm not going to attend it now, right? And so you basically just get rid of any of that.
You think it's more than people? Dave is programming it, and I am attending it.
I mean, I don't think so, because he's already programming the games, and that's the marquee event. Like, that is the event. So, like, where do you go from the top? You could only you could only go down.
I see your point. And also maybe it dilutes where you can do the Dave Castro program.
Right. Yeah. So it's a good call that he and CrossFit are not involved with the programming of it. Did we see, I haven't seen the show yet on Pedro's channel, but did they talk about who's programming for that event? Do we know?
No, but I heard it was an affiliate that has a team that goes to the games.
Okay.
I want to try to get. I need to watch that podcast, and I want to get that guy on our podcast. I want to hear all about the event.
Yeah.
I thought I had to pee, but really I have to pee and drop a deuce. That sucks.
Wow. 2 for 1.
At Fast Instead, thanks for what you do. Sevon has discussed this. However, would CrossFit Media ever consider doing a behind the scenes or mini docs on the red shirt? I think we should. I think that's a great idea. At It's Joe 1986. I remember you saying you were doing a lot.
Not just a doc on the red shirts, just a constant dribble of content.
Mm-hmm.
Just constant. Like red shirts. All right. All right. I need a break. All right.
Okay.
You might be on your own. You might be on your own for 15 seconds. I'm going to try to run and drop.
Awesome. Put your question.
Show up every day to change lives. You manage a million little details, all of them critical. We get it. We know the founder mindset because Wodify was built from the ground up, just like you. We know details because we're true partners who fine-tuned every nuance of our own platform to make it work seamlessly for you. We know customer service because we obsess over customer satisfaction. You need a partner who understands your business and a platform that helps you run it like a well-oiled machine. More than another vendor, we're a partner who cares about your success as much as you do, powering your vision into a reality and your business into a legacy. We provide tech that can keep pace with your growth. The founder hustle never stops, and you wouldn't have it any other way. But with the right tech partner, you can focus on doing what you love, while we run things behind the scenes, making your business as strong as your clients. We're Wodify. We're built to build you up.
All right, let's see what we got here. What was one of the questions? Oh, no. Oh, that was scary. There's nothing, nobody on there. Deuce in the yard. No, I think that's an inside. I think that's an inside thing. Coal Power. Souza, were you standing up your box jumps on purpose? Yeah, I was. I was like giving my legs a break there, just so that way I could shake them out kind of in between the wall balls and the that was fast.
It was a crazy deuce. And 3 wipes.
What?
No hand wash. Sorry, go ahead.
Damn, dude. We gotta call Guinness. That was crazy. I was just responding to like why I stood up my box jumps all the way on purpose. And I was saying that like stepping down off the back of it too, like usually starts to get my hips and my legs tired, especially coupled it with all the wall balls. So standing up all the way on that box jump when I step down just helped kind of shake my legs out a little bit, straighten them out.
And that's old school. Back in the day, the standard was if you're on top of the box, that hip's got to be open.
Yeah. It was only once it was the up and over that it no longer was important.
I could probably drop another one, but I'm good. Where are we? Here we go. No, not that. Not that. Not that. That. How about that? How about that?
Bingo. Got it.
All right. Here we go. Thank you for the break. Biomaxpeptides.com.
Rock climbing when you first found CrossFit. Do you still climb? So rock climbing when I was in the Navy, that was my specialty and it was my passion. I found it through the Navy and through a requirement to have rock climbers on our teams. And then I fell in love with it and it became a passion. And yes, when I got exposed to CrossFit through a famous rock climber named Mark Twight, and I was doing CrossFit and climbing at the same time for a few years. But then once I started working for CrossFit, that's when something had to take a back seat and climbing did. And so pretty much since then, I have not climbed. And really what's replaced climbing as an outlet and a personal thing that I pursue is the shooting stuff, the shooting competitions I do and all of that world and hunting. So I loved climbing. Every time I drive by places with climbing or rocks or mountains, I feel myself pulled to it. I don't think I'll ever do it again, seriously, but I do. It is a huge part of my life from a certain stage in my life.
The Mark Twight story could be a whole show in itself, just how he knows Mark Twight, that whole relationship, the journey that relationship took, Mark Twight's relationship with CrossFit. It's a pretty crazy story. What do you think the time caps that were played with before setting on 12 minutes?
That's a good question.
I can ask that tomorrow. Time caps.
I wonder if he had
I'll ask him that if he comes on tonight.
Yeah, I wonder if he had Rafi finish it.
Oh, just to be like, hey, just go to the end, see how long it takes you?
Yeah, just here's the workout for time. Let's see. Have him go all the way through it. And then was like, okay, cool. Now I have a reference of it. Let me pull this back a little bit.
With the assumption that he didn't finish it, but maybe he did. Is his score on the leaderboard?
Good question. Can he do the workout afterwards?
Oh, yeah. How does that work if he's the tester?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Old Rafa.
Yeah, that what's crazy is all I've had today is a steak and a can of tuna, half a steak and a can of tuna. So that shit probably did smell crazy. Someone just beat Mirham Van Roor on the douche watch. Hey, does she speak English? We haven't had her on this show, have we?
I don't think so.
Rafa did finish 26.1 and 13.12.
All right. Well,
I don't get the joke, but I want to.
I don't see him on here. Huh.
Oh, he did the video. It's on the YouTube station. I can't imagine Rafa not wanting to try take another run at the games. All right, here we go. We're almost done.
Are you ready for you to rock? How do you feel about Andrew Hiller being dubbed the savior of CrossFit? I don't know who's dubbed Andrew the savior of CrossFit, but he for sure is not. He is not the savior of CrossFit or a savior of CrossFit. Andrew is only worried. The only thing he's worried about saving is his YouTube channel and his views. And so that's his primary goal, is to get more views. He could give a shit about saving CrossFit. And if he could, he would burn it down. And at times, I think he has tried to burn it down. So anyone who's saying he's a savior of CrossFit is saying that very incorrectly. And now here's the reality. So who is a savior? Who is the savior of CrossFit? I'll tell you what the savior of CrossFit is. The CrossFit methodology is actually saving CrossFit. And you, each and every one of you, and each and every individual in the world doing CrossFit, the millions of people doing CrossFit in affiliates or in their gym or on base or in their garage, everyone who's doing CrossFit is saving CrossFit because they are spreading CrossFit through the actual results that it delivers. And the methodology, the fact that it's so effective, still to this day, we're like 25 years in since Greg posted the first workout on .com, and it's still arguably the most effective thing in the world for fitness and wellness and health and changing people's lives at massive scale. So you combine the efficacy of the methodology with the community found in gyms, and you have this very special thing. So no, Andrew Hiller is not the savior of CrossFit. At Franco Dubac, Dave, I'll be honest.
Yes.
I looked up this definition of this word. Make sure I use it right. Hot take. You've heard that word? Hot take?
Yep.
A piece of commentary typically produced quickly in response to a recent event whose primary purpose is to attract attention. I think without judgment, using empirical data and metrics, you could say Andrew Hiller is one of the most prolific hot take content producers in the space. And there are many of them. And his craft has been refined and evolved over the last 4 years. And he's deeply entrenched 24/7. He doesn't live a compartmentalized life. Not too much. He's pretty much, no, he's got a little bit of compartmentalization. And he's very focused on the paradigm in which he views CrossFit content, runs it through that filter, and then lets the world see it.
Yep. I would argue that his media has massively influenced the CrossFit space as a total, without a doubt.
In what way?
I think that he has done it in terms of like the standards for sure. I think he's done it in terms of the takes.
You think the standards have gotten better since Andrew's been around?
I think overall being called out has become easier with the standards. It's no longer.
But I don't
just
think
seen as
I don't
like
think
you're an
anything's
asshole
improved
for doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't put like a metric on it being improved or not improved. But I would say that like it's been more aware that it is like good for us to all hold the standard at a way that doesn't just necessarily make it look like you're just the bad guy in the gym. You would have to say that.
So his influence is that, hey, it's okay to know, even if it's your homeboy, to no rep him.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. I would say that also too, just the way he's created content in the space has changed because of the way he creates content. I think part of it has to just was influenced by overall how YouTube content is made. But I also think that, meaning the way that YouTube content is made in the large ecosystem of YouTube, Andrew Hiller has taken facets of that and then now applied it to CrossFit in the CrossFit space, which has now been taken and made more popular within the CrossFit space. And then I also think that there's an element within our niche now that he does really well in terms of like some people call it clickbait, but I don't necessarily think it's like clickbait. I would call it hooks between his thumbnails, his titles, the first 60 seconds of some of those athlete profiles. I would say that all of that has in turn forced elevation. Like if you remember, like let's say the Buttery Bros were the first ones that branched
elevation
out.
From the other creators.
No, yeah, elevation by the other creators. Because before CrossFit, the company, you and your team, you dominated the media CrossFit space. So nobody had to compete. You guys just put out so much stuff all the time. You know what I mean? There's just no way as like an independent creator. But then once Greg leveled the team, it fragmented everything and you had a bunch of people competing in the space. And now it opened up a lot of room for third-party media to come in to have a say, right? Because you guys, it's like there was no opportunity before. It's really tough to make it in the space because you guys just owned it. So then once that happened, when he came in, inevitably, it forced everybody to have to kind of elevate their stuff to get a piece of that attention in the space. Like Buttery Bros could no longer start with like them walking and doing like a sunglass advertisement, then be like, roll the footage, because you're going to be bored within the first 30 to 40 seconds, right?
Yeah.
When you see the way that some of those athlete profiles open in his thing, it draws you into the story right away. Like one of the better ones that highlight to me is Erica Folo's story, the first 60 seconds of her profile. Like that was a great hook, just to bring her in, to get you interested into her story, even though she wasn't some megastar, top of the pyramid, tip of the spear athlete. So
not even close. Agree. She was a 5,000 Instagram follower, and I think he got 200,000 views on it.
That's right. And so like I always think about it in the sense of, hey, as they say, once you've created the thumbnail and the title, you've spent 80 cents of your dollar.
And let me tell you how I think he's greatest influenced it. I just thought of it just now. So for the longest time, steroids were bad. Everyone kept it a secret, right? And then I think Mark Bell kind of cracked the code on that. I want to say Mark Bell came out, and was like just openly using steroids, right? I think he was like one of the first. And then there was that other guy who has the really high squeaky voice when he makes his videos, a douche. And then I think that Hiller has given himself, his influence has been that he's given himself some freedom because he's the guy. I don't think we have another one. I don't think there's in other areas, there's in the fitness space, there's a lot of people who just openly do steroids, right? He in the CrossFit space is the openly I do steroids guy.
Yep.
That's how I.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that's
how I see him.
3 different, like strong influences he's had on the overall space.
We will be partnering Paper Street Coffee, PAPER coffee.com. We will be partnering with TDC Mercantile and selling olive oil at Paper Street Coffee in Nashville, as well as sampling the signature drink Oleato, made with TDC olive oil all this weekend. Oh, that's awesome. Shit.
That is cool. All right. Dang, I wish I want to try some of that. I wish I could be there to try it.
Wow. Holy shit.
Is that a positive statement by him?
Yes. 2:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, March 2nd. Andrew Hiller made CrossFit better, or made it better. Maybe it could be the media better. Made something that it falls under. Whatever it is. Amazing, dude. How'd that feel? Was that weird?
Liberating, isn't it?
Yeah. How did that feel? Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. All right, here we go.
Honest, as a 10-year affiliate owner, I'm not very excited for the Open this year. We need something different. Bringing back regionals or an in-person stage where affiliates can support their athletes would make a huge difference for the community. Sorry to hear. I think bringing back regionals would be cool. I do think an in-person stage where affiliates can support their athletes would make a huge difference for community. Well, what's interesting is that kind of happens grassroots with Friday Night Lights or with some of the events, and now it can happen through quarterfinals. That's a level, but you're talking about an actual in-person event, like regionals. I think regionals coming back would be cool, but I mentioned this last week. We're not in a place right now to bring them back, but I would love for us to get there. At Robbie Mewson, Dave just confirmed that the Open of recent years is not a balanced test. I don't know
what do you think about an affiliate owner getting on there? I mean, I guess it's their right, yeah. And just like, hey, I've been an affiliate owner for 10 years and like blah, blah, blah. I'm not excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with a lot of the stuff, it ebbs and flows. Like some years, like this year, I was excited about it. Some years in the past, I have not been. So like there's a little bit of like an ebb and flow.
Yeah.
I do think that there should be some sort of technical advancement, like it was pretty groundbreaking to have a worldwide leaderboard in 2011. In 2026, like there's no leverage of technology that is groundbreaking. So it'd be really cool to, figure out a way to do that. There's lots of different options you could do it. And I think it should be more personalized. You know what I mean?
I haven't opened the app this year, but in years past, whenever I would open the app, like just right there would be your ranking.
Right.
Do they have that still?
I think they do. I haven't opened the app either. I don't play the app, but I mean, outside of the ranking, outside of that,
I'm just saying that even if they don't make any technical innovations, they could make a video showing like, hey, we have an app, and by the way, every time you open it, we'll show you your ranking. Like even that would be cool, right? Just to show what they have.
It would be cool to showcase that more, to give me a reason to be excited to like download it or update it or just have another app on my phone to check, right? Like I just go to the website and go to the leaderboard at this point. Like I'm not, I don't know why I'd go to the app. So
when I go to a jiu-jitsu tournament for the kids, they have an app, right? It's like Competition Corner, but it's a jiu-jitsu version. And basically it tells you constantly your kid will be up in 37 minutes. Your kid will be up in 22 minutes. Your kid, you know what I mean? That they could do even things like that, like every morning when you wake up, they tell you, it sends you a notification telling you your ranking.
Updated rankings. I mean,
right.
Even like power output, like getting with the guys with beyond the whiteboard and being like, hey, on this workout, like you had this amount of like power output, and make it easy to share onto my, onto social media. And yeah, I think that if they really sat down and said like, hey, how do we make this cool? How do we make this easily shareable? And how do we make this more individualized? And what kind of partners can we do that to where it would link up, whether it's a heart rate thing, so you can see your heart rate variability through the workout, and I know people are going to say that data doesn't matter, and it doesn't, but it's still cool to gamify it. It's still cool to see it. And it still makes it more shareable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, that's just the lines that I would think of. Like, it's weird that people, one of their biggest reasons why they decide to not join the open is because they say, oh, because I'm going to find out I'm 330,000. But like, you never hear that in the sense of a marathon or half marathon. Like we just have a little more half marathon here in the 5K. And like everybody is signing up to like go out there to run this trail. I could go run that right now in downtown Livermore, right? Why would I pay the money to go do that? Well, you get to do it with a bunch of people. You have your individual stats. Like you get your shirt. Like you have to kind of make it kind of be like that a little bit more, or find elements of that to make it more exciting, make it more shareable, make it more individualized. So that way it keeps it fresh for people that have been doing it for 10 plus years.
All good points.
Hey, Heidig.
Oh, what? When did you show up?
Whoa. Who's that? Is that one of the three Playing Brothers from the vlog I watched?
It is.
Can you buy more of those beans tuna?
Oh yeah.
I just finished it.
I
think there's more in there. Look in the kitchen. There's a stack of tuna
I
cans.
saw that.
I think there's beans tuna in there.
I just finished the other pack.
Oh, hold on one second.
I think regionals coming back would be cool, but I mentioned this last week. We're not in a place right now to bring them back, but I would love for us to get there. At Robbie Musin, Dave just confirmed that the open of recent years is not a balanced test. I don't know what he's referring to. At Liston twice 3, last 2 weeks, your face is...
Wait, what?
But I would love for us to get there. At Robbie Musin, Dave just confirmed that the open of recent years is not a balanced test. I don't know what he's referring to. At Liston twice 3, last 2 weeks, your face is blurry, used to be great. And then Han B said, agreed, shot his focus to the background, not the foreground. I think I fixed it. I played around with it right now. If I didn't, let me know in comments and I will try again next week. All right, thanks for watching. I will be leaving to Portugal tomorrow, and I will announce the workout Thursday, 26.2. I think you guys will really like it. So good luck. See you on the leaderboard. Post your comments your thoughts in the comment section.
Thank you, Dave. Great show.
Why does he keep looking to his left? I mean, he's right.
I didn't even notice that.
He kept looking up there.
Oh, that's a great observation. I think what he's doing is, I think he has TVs up there, and they allow him to see around on the property. And I think he's looking at what his dog's doing, because early on in the show, I saw his dog run off and chase something. So I think he's watching where his dog is.
Interesting.
Susan meant to say Watify.
Watify.
I think he means instead of be on the whiteboard. A bunch of suicidal bad CrossFitters cause every time they open an app, it tells them they suck. Great idea.
Reinforcing the reason why half of them don't sign up.
Hey, Heidi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who's the guy who does the intro in Kill Taylor?
Pool boy.
The intro on Kill Taylor?
Yeah.
What do you mean? The voice?
Yeah.
I think it's Greg's voice.
No, the one who like the one who says you better not this up.
Oh, that's Pool Boy. That's Pool Boy.
He's cool.
He is cool. You like him? He's funny. We pay him a lot of money for that. A shit ton. We pay him in Top Ramen.
He's like Bruce Bufford status.
Yeah, we pay him in Top Ramen. He's Chinese.
No, he's not.
He's really buff.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's really buff.
He's
he
fit.
says hi to you. He said to say hi.
Oh,
Hi.
look, he's in the comments.
Yeah. Almost 200 people registered in the last 10 minutes. How do people know that?
Refreshing that total.
There's a scoreboard somewhere?
I think so. Isn't that how Spin gets it and stuff?
I have no idea. Someone said Spin's post in the last 17 minutes was wild. We have a show tonight at 5 p.m. Oh, Spin has a scoreboard on his website. 249,953.
There you go.
Tyson, Heidi?
Yeah, that's Tyson Bajan. Linda Kiesman will miss 2026 CrossFit Games season with injury. Miriam Von Rohr, Ariel Lowen defends her title at Rancher Strong. I don't see it. Maybe there's something crazy on the Instagram.
What's going on?
Click on Reels.
Someone says another psycho does this workout 3 times. Maybe he's referencing Pool Boy. I think this is a shot in your gym. Did Pool Boy do the workout 3 times? Sorry, we were having trouble playing this video. Learn more.
He did it the first time at my gym for sure. That's not my gym.
I think that's some sort of joke. All right. I signed up and paid, but did not record my workout. No problem.
Still time.
Bro rep.
Yeah. Put in a
Spin
score.
has it on his site. Oh, on his YouTube. Let me see.
That was the counter. He's talking about the open registration.
Oh, click on Reels. Did I already Reels? Is that the middle button?
Deixa a timidez de lado, puxa amigo e vem dançar. Mostra tudo que cê sabe, o Guga vai analisar.
That guy doesn't look really strong.
Is Spin doing no reps too now?
I guess.
I can't even play any videos. Oh shit, Spin is doing no reps now. Oh, that look to the left is crazy.
That.
Oh, for some reason, none of his videos even play for me.
Who's that, Heidi?
I don't know. Some guy working out. All right. Love you guys. See you at 5 p.m. It's going to be a doozy. Seth Page, Sean Mack, Taylor Self, myself. Maybe Matt Souza will even be here.
Oh, Heidi. Remember the guy who said in the comments when you put up the cart on the like little platform?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when the comments said that Dad's a Democrat?
Love you guys. I'll see you guys later. We'll talk about that on the next show.
Okay.
Okay, love you. Talk to everyone later, Susan.